Hello and welcome back to a Master Gradius Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin Extended Edition. We're about to talk to Arhu, but first we need to rob him. And we'll do that with... Why doesn't she have her bow equipped? She has 2 in Lore Master, that's good. 2 in Expert Marksman, 1 in Bow, and 1 in Tenebris. We need to get her an eyeglass. I think Arhu sells them. But first we're gonna rob Arhu. Just so you know, this is what happens when you speak to a character with the secondary character. You'll be like, who the devil are you? Tell your masters I prefer to talk to them directly. And that'll happen every time. Or
how can I help you, my friend?
Oh, he only has Earth and 5. But he does have an identifying glass and a mortar and pestle. Do we need a mortar and pestle? I think we do.
Certain? What would you like to know?
Isn't it dangerous to polymorph like you do? What if you get stuck in another form?
Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I? I'm my own wizard, you know. And I don't intend to become anyone's familiar.
Who, or rather, what are you?
Oh, I'm but a wizard. A guardian of man and beast. And indeed, I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. but my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Siciel. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment, for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet.
Let's talk Source Hunter business.
By all means.
Jake's murder.
Of course. I hope your investigation fares well.
What happened the night of the murder?
I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt.
Who, in your opinion, are the suspects?
I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
Is there any more you can tell me about the strangers that seem to be in league with the orcs?
I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry. And what might those be?
How did you design this magical ballista of yours?
Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legally obtained, self-regenerating source of destructive magic to it, and bobcats your uncle. Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion. The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. Yet I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct.
You seem to have a bit of an orc problem.
You have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born warrior. But to the Legion, they are green-skinned death incarnate, until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through, or, less likely, they are conclusively defeated. We can but bar the gates and hole up like mice, while the cats are on the prowl.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself, Aru.
But certainly. What would you like to know? How can I help you, my friend?
You can sell me something. Fireball skill book. Requires level 6. Okay. Okay, we have another recipe, so let's see if we can craft it. We need to up our crafting.
I guess someone else got here first.
Get to signing recruits.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Can you spare a coin? Sherman! Show all of them!
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Run the move, trees. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine golden land.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
I'm straight. I'm true.
us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Eat a big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Not in the mood for cheese. An excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn.
I'm straight. I'm true. Aaron's by the cousins.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
I'm straight. I'm true. Aaron's by the cousins.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Fresh haddock. Coming to a fire.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Getting what is fresh. These batches only hours of the sea.
Not in the mood for cheese. An excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Getting what is fresh. These batches only hours of the sea.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
We just made an inert voodoo doll.
Not in the mood for cheese. An excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Fresh haddock. Coming to a fire.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Not in the mood for cheese. An excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn.
A good day to you.
I'm straight. I'm true. Aaron's by the cousins.
Not in the mood for cheese. An excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn.
I'm straight. I'm true. Aaron's by the cousins.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Getting what is fresh. These batches only hours of the sea.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
A good day to you.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
I'm straight. I'm true. Aaron's by the cousins.
Shouldn't that be a finished quest?
A good day to you.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap gold.
Potions to bemuscle you.
Excuses more holes than a slice of this fine Norman man.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
We need a shovel.
Not in the mood for cheese.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I save lives, to be sure, but today I change them. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path, the rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes, some extra gold is always welcome.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous five, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
It's better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
Better to be served than to serve. I concur.
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
Tell me more about the Fabulous Five.
The Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
So what is it that members of the Fabulous Five actually do?
What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow. Sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful? By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Riverlon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter. And you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
I'd like to enlist.
Of course, of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
Good stuff.
Count me in.
Join a guild. Better the world. Earn a lot of gold. Yes. Count me in.
Yours for a scrap of gold.
And me too.
And me, may all...
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. To business. Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing.
About this Tom fellow.
Who? Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom. One of our most recent additions to the Fellowship. Brave kid, smart as a tack. He'll prove to be a wonderful addition to the family yet.
About my assignment.
Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous Five material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed. Malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
I met some sailors looking for a job. Perhaps they could join the fellowship?
You found new recruits already? Efficient. Proactive. Oh, I like that. Send them to me and I'll sign them up. And of course, since they're your recruits, you'll get a share of every assignment they complete. Isn't that just fabulous?
I'll take my leave. And in the next edition, we'll see who's inside this inn.
I am a duke.
And we will tell the recruits we met by the docks that they can join the Fabulous Five. And we're now a member of the Fabulous Five Adventurers Guild. And our first assignment is to put down one of Arhu's robotic inventions. See you in the next video.